Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is currently 3:21 where I'm at. So whatever time you're watching me, you got your greeting, okay? And my salutations of today is grace and peace to all who are watching. May your week be full of nothing but love, grace, peace, joy, happiness, and lots of blessings and favor, okay? Anyway, so today, class, we're going to talk about overcoming yourself. And I'm still in the process of overcoming myself, but I'm overcoming myself on a different level. So I'm going to talk about the levels that I overcame already, okay? And I'm not going to be long, because I'm going to tell y'all, right? I don't know if you can tell, there's a lot going on in this video right now. I know you can see my little sunrise up there at the top, because I'm looking at it on the low, okay? What happened was, I did a whole video. I was almost done. I had about 5-6 minutes left of my video, okay? Or something like that. And my phone overheated. So the devil was mad. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shame the devil, and I'm going to try my best to reiterate some of the things I was saying, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. When I come on here and do these videos with y'all, for y'all, whatever, I get attacked. When I pray for people, I get attacked. When I speak life into people, when I operate in the prophetic office of any form, whether it's deliverance, healing, encouragement, wisdom, knowledge, future, all this, whatever, all the offices of the prophets I operate in. And when I do that, the devil gets mad. I be catching a lot of hell, but I don't care. I ain't scared at all. And you shouldn't be either. So, again, today, class, we're going to be talking about overcoming yourself. And I'm definitely not going to be long now, because I done got aggravated too. And this visor act like it might fall or something, so I don't know. But anyways, I'm here. Okay? Now, I don't know how many more of these videos I'm going to be doing, but if God will send me to it, I'm going to do it. But yeah, so overcoming yourself. Just to share a little bit of my testimony, and I actually did about 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, I did a full video, 2-hour video of my testimony. So what I'm gonna do is, once I get done editing and everything and putting the video together, I'm gonna drop the YouTube link to the testimony of who I used to be and where I'm going now. And so you guys can get a little bit better idea of who I am. And I didn't share my whole story, because some stuff y'all don't need to know. It's very traumatic, especially for people who dealt with sexual abuse. So a lot of those things I left out. But the stuff that I told y'all was stuff that I was able to get free from. I got free from everything, but the things that I talked about were things that caused me to be suicidal at one point in my life. So, yeah, there's that. But anyways, yeah, so overcoming yourself. Honestly, it is probably one of the most challenging things you can do. But once you begin to do the work, it's a beautiful thing. So, again, I'm just going to share a tidbit of my testimony and get into this message. So, I came from humble beginnings. My parents were not married. My father was having an affair with my mom. My mom was not aware, honestly. Okay, this is a conversation I have with my parents, so I'm not telling y'all something that my mom ain't ashamed about, and my daddy ain't either. My parents do love me. I love my parents. Back in June, and I talked about this before, so if this is your first time watching me, you're hearing this for the first time, but everybody else that watches me already know this story. I ain't seen the pictures. I had, up until June of this year, it had been 15 years since I physically saw my father. And a lot of the reasons why I didn't see him is because I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to face him. I loved him. You know, I tried to, over the years keep a line of communications, but I didn't want to see that man, because I still was mad. And seeing him freed me to a whole nother level. So I had a lot of, growing up, I had a lot of abandonment, a lot of rejection. Not only dealing with my father, but also I was a kid who was kind of like, not necessarily, I wouldn't say lame, but I kind of stayed to myself. I used to be teased a lot. Not necessarily bullied, but people used to mess with me and pick on me a lot, but nobody would touch me because they knew. I ain't saying I could beat everybody, but you better know how to fight. Even now, you better know how to fight when you come over here messing with me, okay? And so there's that. But yeah, so I went through a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, a lot of secrets, lots and lots of secrets that I do talk about, and just not in the open because it's not everybody's business. I went to therapy there. That's why I went to a therapist, and I told all my therapists all my business. 3 of them. I had Mr. Joe, who I recently found out passed away about 2 years ago. And he's one of the reasons why I'm becoming a therapist. I like to say I am a therapist right now. I'm actually in the process of looking into doing life coaching professionally, getting certified to be a life coach while I'm in college to become a professional therapist or a psychologist or a psychotherapist. I haven't decided if I want to be a psychotherapist or I want to be a psychologist. It's a big thing, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't even worry about it. I ain't even gonna go through all that. It's a lot of scientific terms that comes with that. But anyway, so yeah, I had a few therapists I've had several. I've had at least 7, but 3 of them actually really put me up. But Mr. Joe was the first one when I was like 13, who actually gave me hope for the future. Who actually heard me. Not saying my parents didn't hear me, but y'all know the difference between your parents and a stranger honoring you and wanting to hear what you have to say. Because if you tell your mama, your mama like, I don't want to hear that. You know how it go, and I ain't saying nothing bad about my mama, because my mama was a real OG, triple OG, real gangster mama, real loving mama, real ride or die mama. Anybody that know my mama call my mama mom. Like, my mama got so many children around here, it's a shame. It's 3 of us biologically, but it's a whole bunch. It's about 40 of them that she, even nieces, nephews, all that stuff. But I digress. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, I had a lot of traumatic things happen in my life, and things that kind of kept me in a place of insecurity and not have confidence in who I am as a person. So I faced a lot of challenges in life, and 23, turning 20, I don't know what it was about turning 23 for me, is I just got this burst of not giving a F-U-C-K. I ain't gonna say it. Y'all know I cuss, but I try to be respectful. But I stopped giving it F-U-C-K about what people thought, or what I thought people thought about me, or how people would view me. I stopped caring and just went on this whole whirlwind of overcoming. And it took me a very long time. It took me, even now, I'm 35 right now, so it's 12 years I've been on this journey of overcoming myself. But it wasn't until from 23 to 30 was the hardest years for me, because not only was I struggling with insecurity or lacking confidence in who I am as a person, or believing in myself, I dealt with a lot of shame, a lot of unforgiveness, a lot of betrayal. Those years for me was a lot of uprooting sin. A lot of acknowledging that at 13 I got diagnosed bipolar, realizing that I'm not bipolar. I was actually demonically oppressed with lust, with unforgiveness, with bitterness, with jealousy, with self-love, lacking confidence. Like I was demonically oppressed. We're just gonna be real. I was demonically oppressed, and it was nobody but God that spared me, okay? That took me by the hand and said, hey, I'm gonna allow you to get some knowledge and get some self-control by a form of a therapist, so when I come back for you, you'll welcome me in, and I could do the rest, and the Holy Spirit could come in and keep you going. But I'm a firm believer, and I'm not gonna be too long with this video. I don't know why, I just feel like sharing a testimony. Like, this video is about me overcoming myself, and hopefully what I'm saying, you will eventually, if not start to overcome yourself, but at least acknowledge that you need to overcome yourself, okay? And so back to my point, I went to therapy a lot, and I learned a lot of tools about loving yourself, respecting yourself, having boundaries with people and yourself, like setting boundaries with people, and then also putting a boundary on yourself. You know how people say hurt people. That's a boundary that I need to set. I need to stop hurting people because I was hurt, or feeling like I need to get revenge because they hurt me. That was a boundary. Or feeling like I was a people pleaser, like I always had to make sure everybody else was happy and forgetting about my own happiness. That was a boundary I needed to set with myself. And also not allowing people to hurt me. And because I didn't know what loving myself was, or what love is supposed to be, how it's supposed to go, people will take advantage of that. That was a boundary that I had to learn, like, hey, I don't got it, and you gonna fool with me or not? Are you gonna fool with me when I got it? And are you gonna fool with me when I don't have it? That was a boundary I had to learn. Even in relationships, dealing with family and friends, you know what I'm saying? And so the biggest thing I had to do, and I'm doing even now in my journey, is speaking life into myself, learning, growing, being willing to drop my ego and drop my pride, and be willing to apologize, and being willing to learn from other people and not know all the answers. My journey of overcoming between 23 and 30 was mainly like learning who I am, not who I thought I was, or what I thought let me rephrase that. Learning that I am not the person I think people view me as. That I am an individual. Like, I used to be a real bookworm, nerdy girl. Then I got bullied for that, so I turned into this little ghetto ratchet. Which I was kind of already ghetto and ratchet. Okay, because I'm from the hood. I'm a project baby, you understand? So, it was there. But my mom kind of raised me to be a lame. But no, I had to be, peer pressured into being a hoochie and fast. And doing stuff I ain't had no business doing. And saying stuff I ain't had no business saying. Because I wanted to be like other people. Man, I realized, like, I don't have to be like other people to survive in this world. And I had a lot of friends. I wanted to be friends with everybody. And then again, between 23 and 30, I realized I don't need friends. I don't need to be like my peers to be functioning. I don't have to hang around people. I don't have to dumb myself down to please anybody. Like, you're either going to love me completely for me, or you can get on about your business. And so if you know me, you know I ain't with certain people no more. Now, a lot of it has to do with not wanting to be like them and being okay with not being like them. I'm gonna be real, overcoming yourself is challenging. But when you realize that there is a dysfunction in you, you can do the work. It's not hard, but it's not, let me rephrase that. It's not easy, and it's definitely not hard. It's doable. But you have to be willing to drop your pride and your ego to do it. Overcoming yourself is not about overcoming yourself to please people. Overcoming yourself is about pleasing God and appreciating you. Bipolar, crazy, coochie selling, drug smoking self. Whatever your vice is. Learning to appreciate you in that is how you overcome. Being willing to be okay with people not liking you. And not in the way of, fuck everybody, I don't need nobody. No, it's like, dang, you think you are there? You Sadidi. Yeah, so? And if I am, and I'm happy being Sadidi. I'm happy being ghetto. I love me. Now, let me say this. It ain't gonna be too much longer. I just want to come on here and just testify and give y'all some tidbits, a little things you could tweak on. Now, if your personality causes other people pain or discomfort, or it causes chaos in other people's life, you definitely need some help. You need to go to therapy. Jesus is the answer to all things, but God made doctors for a reason. He can do all things. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. But we still need a doctor. So a lot of y'all need some therapy, and you need to face that reality that you need some therapy, okay? And go. And, I'm not licensed, but I got enough information to kind of help you. So if you need a little help, I'll let your girl, okay? But again, excuse me, I guess I'm not going to be too much longer, but seriously though, y'all, if your personality, excuse me, take me a sip. If who you are as a person hurts the people around you, you need to change. Seriously. That's a very dangerous place to be in, when people have to fight to love you or to even be around you. If people have to fight themselves to fool with you, or if people, like, let me give an example. I'm trying to think of a good example so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Let's say, all right, a female, right? Every dude she meet done did her dirty, hurt her, broke her, whatever, beat her or whatever. And then she meet this guy who's a really, really nice guy, who will move the sun in the sky, will rearrange the stars to make her smile. And she hurts him and causes him to go crazy. If that's what you're doing, that's how you operate in life, man or woman. If you have someone who will do anything for you, will love you, loves you for your funky draws, and you choose to continue to hurt them, that's not a them problem, that's a you problem. And you need to fix that. I don't know who needed to hear that part, but you need to fix that. Seriously. Because we're living in a time, man, where domestic violence rates are high. Like murder, domestic, let me rephrase that. Domestic murders are higher than usual. And it's usually people who are crazy. And they beat on people who love their crazy tail. Or it could be vice versa. Somebody could love you being crazy so much, and they get tired of you mistreating them that they kill you and kill your whole family. Now, I ain't one for violence, but I get it. And so if you're looking at me right now at this part of the video, I want to encourage you with this, because I'm finna go. Whatever you do, man, if you know you're not well enough to be in a relationship, or you're not well enough to be around your family, please go to therapy and get some real help. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship with God. I'm a firm believer. I'm sanctified, Holy Ghost filled now. And I'll be the first one to tell you, baby, the pastor can't help you, honey. You need to go get some real professional help and learn how to deal with things. And get on some medication if you need to, until you figure out the problem. Now, if you get therapy and deliverance, you win. Okay? Trust me. Like I said before, I was full of demons. I had demons in me, and I went to therapy, and then the Holy Ghost came in and delivered me, because I was able to identify what was wrong with me. But I had to have a mirror in front of me so it'll help me identify. But if you're going around angry and bitter all the time and being mean for no reason, you need a mirror. And if you're the type of person, if you're dealing with someone who is like that, love them through that, but put your foot down. Stop letting people run over you because you love them. No, put your foot down. Put it down, baby. And if you can't put it down and you can't take it no more, leave. Okay? Anyways, I love y'all. And that's all I want to tell y'all about overcoming yourself, man. Go get some help. Basically, is the gist of the whole video. Until next time. Peace.